Hollywood is magic, man. That stick that the magicians have, know what that's made out of? Hollywood. Okay? And that's where you get the magic from.
You know what? Speaking of that, explain to everybody how it works when a Straight Outta Compton uses Lonzo Williams in their movie. They use your name, you know, they use your likeness. How does that work? Do they have to get your permission? You know, is there any, or explain to everybody how that works.
Now, you know, because I had definitely went to my lawyer and asked about that one, man, because to have somebody portray you in the movie, use your name, likeness, the whole 9 yards, wigs, everything, and not talk to you about it was kind of a slap in the face on one side, but it was also embedding me in history on another side. And it was explained to me by my attorney that as long as it was the people who actually lived the story, what I mean by that is, as long as the people who were telling the story were making the movie, there was no direct conflict. Like right now, if I want to do a movie about Lonzo and Dusty on a Tuesday afternoon at 6:30, talking about this, I got to get your permission because it was a true story. It's based on a true story. Okay, I can't lie and say you were sitting. I can't lie and say you were sitting there dressed in drag, though. Okay, gotcha. If I said you was dressed in drag, no. But if I had a brown skinned guy with a beard, headphones, playing Dusty, talking to Lonzo on a Tuesday, ain't no conflict. Now my boy Atron, they did shortly after they did Straight Outta Compton, they did All Eyes on Me. And because it was a third-party company that did All Eyes on Me, they had to pay him for his name and likeness. If Tupac had been alive and did it himself, it would have been different. Okay? But because they had to pay for the rights to do that, they had to pay him for the rights to use his name and likeness. It wasn't their story. Straight Outta Compton was Dre and Ice Cube's story, and I'm a part of that story. So therefore, they don't have to get my permission to tell that story.
Okay.
That's how it was explained to me.
Okay. And I'm assuming, well, not assuming, I know that if they portrayed you in a way that you feel is a way that would harm or hurt your career, you could sue them after that, which is exactly what Jerry Heller did, right?
Jerry Heller did. Suge tried to do the same thing. Didn't work out well for him at all.
Man, talk about it.
Jerry, that whole situation stressed him out so bad. And I saw him after Straight Outta Compton. He had aged tremendously. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he had a lot going on in his life. Maybe that gave him the heart attack. I don't know for sure, but I know I've been in lawsuits before. I've been involved in lawsuits. I've been involved in divorces. I've been involved in audits. That's some stressful shit. Okay, all those things are stressful. Okay, only thing more stressful than all three of those is a loan modification. Okay, I've done all of them. All right, as a grown ass man. I've done all that. Loan modifications, divorces, audits, all that. And I think out of all of them, I think the loan modification was the most stressful. So to be in a situation like that at his age, and nobody wants their legacy to go out like that. You know, that's not something you want people to think. Even my character. My character, although it wasn't, he wasn't horrible. They said a lot of little things at my character that make people, even today, 6 years later, still question my intent. I've had arguments with people on this channel who tried to tell me my intent or my reputation based on the movie. Okay? Now, I told them, if you basing Lonzo on the movie Straight Outta Compton, kiss my ass. Okay? You don't know nothing about me. If you try to base Lonzo, my history or my contribution based on their portrayal of me in Straight Outta Compton, you're sadly mistaken. you're wasting your fucking time. And that's the part that it can be kind of disheartening to a certain degree, because you hate to keep going over the same thing. Did Yella take your girl? Did you just like hip hop? Is your Jerry curl really that juicy? Did you what's the other one? And those are the main.
You didn't like Boys in the Hood. You hated Boys in the Hood or something.
And here's the part that nobody. This is the part that only a person who understands the numbers and the time, and when I break it down to them, they go, "Damn, man, I never thought about that." You have to realize, I was at Dudo's in 1984 and 1985. 1984 and 1985. 1984 and 1985, Wrecking Crew was the hot group. Ice-T was hot. Dream Team hadn't came out yet. N.W.A. had not come out yet. Okay, there was no N.W.A. in 1984, 85. Wrecking Crew was still rocking crowds up until 86. All right? And like I tell them, I said, I don't remember Cube ever coming to do those. Huh. I don't remember him ever coming to do those. And the one time, I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody else, the one time we ever had anything derogatory at Dudo's was when Dre played a song. Dre played this song. I'm gonna go to my crates. I gotta clean out my garage. I might do it this weekend. Dre was playing a song called "Fuck All Them Hoes." Jinx made this song called "Fuck All Them Hoes." Okay, and I'm at Dudo's, and because Dudo's was so big, I had off-duty cops as my security. Reggie Wright Sr. was one of my security guards. A lieutenant for the Compton PD, one of my security guards. Huey Taylor, who later became the chief of police. Chief of police, one of my security guards. They were all my buddies. I'm paying these guys overtime to just stand around and do basically nothing, just to be intimidated. Okay, along with my cousin Philip Bailey, rest his soul. Now, here's the crazy thing. The one time I got jammed by people I'm hiring was because Dre played a song at Dudo's in 1984 called "Fuck All Them Hoes." And I didn't pay no attention. I'm running around doing my thing at Dudo's. Dallas is a lieutenant for the Compton PD. He passed on now. But his name was Dallas Elvis. Okay? Dallas Elvis jammed me up. I'm paying this guy $150 a night, and he's on my head. Lonzo.
This is the story I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
Lonzo.
Keep going.
Why you know I can arrest you right now I can arrest you right now. For what? What are you talking about? For playing that song. What song are you talking about? I ain't paying no attention. He just played a song with a bunch of cussing in it in front of all these kids. I can arrest you right now for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. What are you talking about? And I went back and found out what Dre had played, and that's when I got on his ass. Okay, I had never got on Dre's ass for nothing before, but you almost got me arrested for playing a song in front of these kids because see, at Dudo's, they was in the club at 13, 14, 15 years old. That's when it twerking. We wasn't twerking yet. Dudo's was a different vibe. Dudo's was a big old romper room club. Big old romper room. Okay? I was basically babysitting 500 to 700 kids every Friday night at Dudo's. Dudo's didn't have the same age limit that Even After Dark did. So that's why I got people's kids, I got people's babies in here. That's why I had the police, because I'm right around the corner from Pyru. And because Compton, you could let people in the club in a youth event 13 to 18. Okay?
Yeah.
13 to 17. And that's pretty much what came to Dudo's till we had New Edition. So when you this is the era of the different era I'm dealing with. Nowadays, cops probably would turn the blind eye to this shit, okay, and watch the girls' asses bounce. But back then, it was a different era, and they wasn't going for it. They wouldn't let me bring that to the table. And the cop told me, a cop that I'm paying, threatened to arrest my ass for Dre playing this record called "Fuck All Them Hoes."
Damn. Yeah, that's the story I was talking about right there. And that's just another weed that you had to whack, you know what I'm saying, as you're trying to make it through this thing called hip hop, which is a fascinating story.
Well, you know, like what I'm saying, man, when you have been in the game as long as I have, dude, and you've had to fight all the battles. I mean, I watched Luke fight his battle. Luke's battle wasn't my battle. We never cussed on our records. I remember we got jammed up by K-Day because on the in the house calls, Shakespeare says, I know who you are. You got your driver's license. Now I got to kick your ass, okay, in regards to ass. But we caught hell for saying that.
Oh, wow.
But ass. First we said ass. They made us take out the S's. They made us take out the S's on ass. Okay? All we could say was ass, and they still gave us the one eye. They still gave us the one eye. So when you've had to go through that kind of stuff, when Easy was doing Boys in the Hood, Greg wanted to play it, but he couldn't play it because he had too much cussing in it. Also, all that was groundbreaking material, man. The record crew was right there, even with our non-violent, non-gang affiliated material. We still was being censored just for saying simple words like ass. And ass, you see ass on regular TV now, but back then it wasn't on regular TV.
Yeah.
You wasn't saying ass. If it wasn't a donkey, you couldn't say ass. If it wasn't dealing with a donkey, you could not say ass. So, you know, as a grown man, the old man in the game, I'm like, damn, boy, the game, if I'm giving me a rocket to the game, your ass changed a lot. Shit. You know, it's because the game has changed a lot, man.
Yeah, you used to get shit for a lyric you said in one of your songs where you said something about going to the bathroom and wiping or something. There was no toilet.
I had a lyric on my song from my CBS album, Wrecking Crew Blues, and it was a joke, man. You know, I went to the restroom to relieve myself. I turned around, there was no paper on the shelf. Larkin Arnold looked at me like I was out of my goddamn mind. You want to take the shit on the record? I said relieve myself, but you want toilet paper. That's insinuating you taking a shit. Yes, sir. That's what I was insinuating. Okay? But it was a joke. And I stayed in the record, but I got the goddamn one eye. Okay? I got the one eye. Like, hey, man, you know what? You're cutting it close. I'm like, what? But again, this is how, like I said before, I'm used to seeing gas 33 cents a gallon, man, $4. Ain't nobody, protesting, ain't nobody complaining. When gas went to $2, my partner, good friend of mine, Dr. James Mays, had a press conference at the gas station on Imperial, Vermont, complaining because gas hit $2 a gallon.
Wow. I would give a right arm for $2 gas right now. I would give a right arm for $2 gas right now.
Yeah. He gone now, but he roll up in his grave. He can see these prices right now. In some places, it's $5.
Damn, yeah. Damn.
I was hanging out last week, man. I went to a bunch of events last week. All of them, I got VIP passes, backstage passes. It still cost me $100 in goddamn parking fees.
Parking, gas, dry. Oh my God, yeah.
I ain't tripping on the gas. Julio told me, he said, I need $25. For what? I said $25. Man, it's $25 to park.
Yeah, and that's cheap.
Man, where's cheap? You know, cheapy parking right here. No. No street parking. No street
careful
parking.
With those accents. Be careful with those accents. You're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, that's right. You know, hey, I'm an impersonator, but yeah, but it is what it is, Doc. You know. Yeah. And then my man at the hotel, He told me, what did he say? It's normally $45 a day, but it's 25 till 3 o'clock in the morning.
You motherfucker.